Double busy, getting busy, do. Yo, what's up? It's me, the double busy. In this video, we're going to learn how to make a wheat farm that's automatically farmed by one of our villagers. We're going to use that wheat for bread to breed our villagers. He's going to do all the work by himself. And then we're also going to gather about 2 or 3 sheep to get wool to make beds. And once we make this little makeshift base and that wheat farm, we'll be able to make our iron golem farm and attach it right over there to the side to fill our 2x2 chunk area. I'm going to tell you and teach you how to locate this big area that you need, how to make the farm, including the glass ceiling, how to collect the sheep, and how to be ready to build the iron golem farm in the next video. If you have a 5x5 over here, you need the golem walls to be at 23x23 because you have 5 for the bed pillows, 8 on one side for an iron golem, and 8 on the other side for an iron golem. That's 8 and 8 is 16, 5 is 21, and then you need 1 for the wall on one side, 1 for the wall on the other side, so it's taking up a total space of 23x23. If you're using a 2x2 chunk area like this, that means you have 32x32. So you get 9 spaces to work with. In those 9 spaces, we're going to make an 8x9 wheat farm. 8 of those spaces are going to be a wheat farm, and that last 9th space is going to be the outside wall, and they'll have a shared wall with the farm. And remember, one water source can do a 9x9, so we are almost maximizing what we can do in terms of an automatic wheat farm here. You'll notice that I put the ceiling at level 3, otherwise the farmer collides with bees. I had these down at 2. The bees sometimes like to float in between levels 2 and 3, and the farmer would bump into him and he wasn't doing his job. But now you can see all that wheat is getting picked and replanted by that farmer, and we're going to be able to pick up the leftover wheat he's leaving on the ground. See right there? We're going to be able to pick that up. And far into the future, after all the iron, we're going to make an automatic minecart collection system that runs underneath the ground, picks up all of that wheat. And I purposefully turned that villager into a wheat trader. So the wheat I get from this, I can make bread to breed the villagers, and I can use that wheat to trade with him to get emeralds. So you want to break the composter and replace it until he's a wheat farmer, and then make a trade with him to lock him in. Anything else to cover? Mobs can jump diagonally, so you want to be able to block zombies from coming over here and jumping up into this diagonally and getting into your base. If you put the block here that's 3 tall, they can jump from the second block up to that block. So you have to be able to block them off on this end and block them off on this end. Make sure you do that. Okay, this right here with our temporary base, our wheat farm, and our iron golem farm is the first thing that we're going to build so that we can breed villagers and get the iron running so we have plenty of iron for materials to do all the things we want to do, and eventually trade for emeralds, enchanted books, and all that good stuff. All right, I'll see you in the survival world when we actually start building. Okay, here we are in our survival world. I am up tall on a dirt pile or a dirt spire in order to look around the world and see what we have. We've already locked our villagers in for safety. Now, looking over here, there's not a lot of flat space, and it's not very big, so we're not going to be able to build iron farms over here. There is quite a bit of flat space over there, but when you get over there, you'll realize there's water, there's a lot of wheat farms, and there's a cave underneath. So I don't really want to deal with that spot. There's a big hill here that we don't want to deal with, so over in that area is where we're going to have our 2x2 chunk area that's going to end up being our iron golem farm. I'm just waiting for the sun to set, and I'll show you what it looks like in the dark. Okay, here we are at nighttime, and now you can see the Enderman spawning, so it's definitely nighttime. Now you can see if you had your corner of your 2x2 iron golem farm here, we would get in the way of that hill, so we can't place it there. If you were to make that the corner, it would get in the way of this hill here. So our 2x2 space is going to be those 4 lights right there. That's how big our farm needs to be. And now that you see that space, you see it's not really going to fit over there where there was that flat space with the wheat farms and the cave underneath. So that is where we're going to go make our temporary base, a wheat farm, and then our iron farm. And we're going to get the iron golem spawning so we can collect the iron. The reason I'm doing 2x2 chunks, if you try to do a single chunk, it starts turning into a lot of questions and problems, and stuff that I'm not ready to make videos for. So this is for if you're in like a real survival world. If you're on a server where they only let you have one chunk, or if you're doing a one chunk challenge, unfortunately this build will not be for you. But if you're in a survival world and they let you have as much space as you want, or let's say it's a server that gives you a 2x2 space, this will definitely fit. Okay, you can see I'm 5 blocks up, and a creeper won't explode to kill me if I'm 5 blocks up. So that keeps me safe from the creeper. This is my 2 chunk by 2 chunk area. And what I'm going to do is start building my temporary base right here in the corner. I know I'm going to have to excavate some dirt from over on that end, so I might use some dirt just to make the temporary build. You could also use any of the materials from any of the villager houses in here, or you could always just go down and dig a little bit of cobblestone and do that. So I'm going to try to go find any of the villager houses that have that yellowish material there and collect that. I just have to make sure there is no villager inside of it, and then I'm going to use that. If I don't have enough of those materials, then I'm going to use cobblestone. What we're going to be making is, I believe it's a 9x9 2-high wall. So that's what we're looking for, a 9x9 2-high wall. The materials you needed for this was right around 40 times 2 would be 80, right around 80 building blocks. Don't use dirt because of Endermen, but you can use anything else. And 4 torches. Enough wood to make 2 ladders, which is really just one set of 3 ladders. And to get yourself your basic storage and materials here. Okay, here we go. Okay, so now we have ourselves a little temporary base. We have our crafting table, a furnace, a chest with stuff we might want to use soon, and then a chest full of stuff that I'm not going to need for quite some time. Okay, I put myself a bed, made it my respawn point. Notice that everything I'm placing in here is 1 block away from the wall, so if I ever get my villagers in here, they won't be able to jump up and then jump out. I placed the ladder at the 2nd level, so I have to jump to get out, and I have to jump to get in, and that way no mobs can get in and no villagers can get out. Okay, next up to do is to get all the materials we need for a wheat farm. To build a quick little wheat farm, we're going to need some building blocks. You're going to need a little more than 40 building blocks to be able to build a 2-high wall. It's going to be 11 long because it's going to be 9 long for the wheat farm, 1 more for the row where we will put the workstation or the job site block, and then 1 more for the wall behind that. We're going to need a bucket of water, which we have. We'll need a hoe. About a stack of seeds is good to start with. Any bones that you have, you can turn to bone meal and get the crops started faster. A composter to give them a job. Okay, now that our basic little wheat farm has been built, we're going to go have to find a villager. I'm going to try to see if there's one that's already turned into a farmer and linked to this. And I also have to bring a bed with me to attract them. Okay, so I'm just going to go for the closest one that's here. Yeah, let's go place that bed. Okay, well, our villager didn't exactly link to the bed, but I did get him in here, and hopefully I can figure out a way to get him to connect as a farmer. Let's try breaking it and replacing it and see if he connects. Here, be a farmer. Good. Carrot farmer? No. Yeah, I forgot to go get wheat to trade him, so I'm going to go ahead and trade an emerald for 6 bread. That was a waste of an emerald, but at least it locks in him as a wheat farmer. Okay, now I can put a gate or a door there. And now the last thing I want to do is throw a seed at his feet. Oh, come on. There you go. And now you should go be a farmer when daytime comes. So we'll watch and see how that goes. Okay, in order to get the farmer to properly farm, I had to get it connected to a bed, and I have to leave the bed there. So the farmer's got to have at least 1 seed to get started, and it'll be a slow start at first. It helps if you give them a few more seeds or a few more wheat to get started, and you can see it's already growing. And then if you get them connected to a bed, they'll actually do their job and work every day. So there you go. Now, if he's not working fast enough for you, you can always come in here and plow everything up. Now I have enough wheat, I can actually make a trade with him. Or I could use it to breed. And then the rest of the seeds I can plant. Or if you don't feel like doing that, just throw them at his feet. Let him do the work. Get to work, farmer. All right, now that we have our farmer, we have him connected to a bed and connected to this, and he is, in fact, a wheat farmer, and the trade is locked in. So now we can go get, some sheep. And we're going to try to attract sheep into our base so that we'll be able to make even more beds. All right, little sheep. Yeah, you already see me. So let's just go ahead and knock down one of our walls, hold our wheat, and get you over here. Come here. Here, sheep, sheep. Oh, what a good sheep. Okay, let's go ahead and go put that wall back. Sorry, just baited you. I wheat baited him. Just like clickbaiting, I wheat baited. Alright, let's see if we can find any other sheep out there. Alright, that's it. Use your wheat to get at least 1 sheep, and if you get 2, you can breed them, get even more sheep. Now, obviously I made a mistake making my iron chest plate because now I don't have any iron to make any shears. So I'm going to go collect 2 iron, at least real quick, in order to make some shears. Okay, now that you have some shears, you can shear the sheep and get the wool for making beds anytime you want. And as you come in and out of your base to work on things, you'll be able to gather wheat, to be able to make bread for breeding the villagers, and you'll be able to shear the sheep to make wool for making more beds. We need to put a glass ceiling on top. Looks like there's plenty of sand over there. This is roughly 9 by 8 with 72, so let's just go get 2 stacks of sand. I kill cows along the way because I might as well get the beef and the leather. here I am back at my furnace, smelting the sand into glass. Now this is something that I probably should have done before building, because I could have let this run in the background. So let that be a lesson that go collect the sand and get that started while you're building the farm or while you're herding your sheep. Alrighty then, now we have 2 stacks of glass that we can use to make a roof over the top of our wheat farm. Also notice we're up to 48 wool already. That's just during the time that I was turning that sand into glass from only 2-3 sheep. So you get wool pretty fast for making beds. Okay, let's go ahead and equip our glass. Alright, I went ahead and put a bed in here just to make sure he's always connected and always working. As you notice, there's some blank spots, so when he gets disconnected and stays disconnected, he doesn't work. We'll fix that when we make the iron farm, but right now it's easy to just put a bed in here and have it be no big deal. Okay, I'm going to use that dirt to get myself started. And I just realized that I am doing this wrong. I don't want the glass at level 3, I want the glass at level 4 so that there are 3 spaces, because if I'm going to put bees in here in the future, they need to be able to float up and down and not block the farmer, and I was having trouble with that in the past. So I'm going to have to break all this glass and put it up at the 4th level. Alright, there we are, a glass ceiling that protects our villager from lightning strikes, allows the light in. It's at level 4, so we'll be able to put bees in the farm in the future if that's what we want to do, and protects all the way to the edge. And in the future, if I do the bees, I'll go around and seal this so they can't fly out. They'll be stuck inside our own farm. We have our farmer working and growing us wheat automatically. We have our sheep giving us wool to make some beds. We already have a stack and some more wool, so you really only need about 2 sheep. We have all iron gear while I was down there getting some coal for the furnaces, and that was to smelt the sand into glass. So our base is done, our wheat farm is done, our sheep farm is done, and now we can get building the proper iron farm. I'll see you on the next video when we start building that. Double busy, getting busy, do.